What's up, Misfit Nation? Welcome to another episode of the Misfit Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Matt the Misfit. Tonight, we're going to go over SmackDown Live for October the 21st, 2022. What a show. It was a pretty good show. It was not the greatest SmackDown in the world, but it was an all right episode. We had quite a few things happen on the show. We had the women's tag team titles be defended on the show. We had Solo Sikoa versus Sheamus. And then we had Logan Paul returned on the show tonight. We had Bray Wyatt on the show talking about things, also revealing Uncle Howdy. We got the first actual look of Uncle Howdy, well, sort of what that could mean and everything going into that. Much, much more. We got some things on Liv Morgan. I also will be going over, after the SmackDown portion of this, I will be also going over Halloween Havoc a little bit, or I might just record a separate video for that. I'll find out somewhere during this episode. If you like what you see here, hit the like button, the subscribe, bell notification, comment down below, follow the social media at Misfit Wrestling TV, and on Instagram at Misfit Wrestling Podcast, or Misfit Wrestling Pod, excuse me. So let's get into the show. SmackDown, like I said, was all right. It was not the best show. I thought Raw was a better show, personally. In my opinion, at least. But SmackDown opened with the Bloodline coming out. Solo Sikoa took on Sheamus. Had a fun little decent little match. Solo Sikoa wins with the spinning solo after a distraction from the Bloodline. At one point in the match, Solo hit a hip attack on Sheamus. Sheamus then hit a clothesline. They start wailing on each other back and forth. Sheamus eventually hits the white noise. He went for the pin. Solo was able to kick out. Sheamus went to the top rope. Solo meets him onto the top rope, hits a Samoan drop from the top rope, which looked beautiful. Went for the pin. Again, Sheamus kicks out. Sheamus then starts delivering a few blows to Solo. Then sends him to the mat with a big slam. Sheamus hits the 16 beats of the Byron. Then follows that up with a super kick to the, I believe it was Solo Sikoa that did the super kick. Sheamus hits a knee on the Brawling Brutes, who are on the outside with Sheamus. The Usos and Sami Zayn were out there. They began fighting on the outside with the Brawling Brutes, and I believe Sheamus as well. The Usos take a dump the desk onto Ridge Holland and Butch before Sheamus levels them from the top rope, coming off the top rope. Then, like I said, with the spinning solo for the win. After the match, Zayn and Jimmy grabbed a chair. Jay takes the chair from Sammy, traps Sheamus's arm in between it. Then Jimmy takes his chair that he has and hits him in the arm repeatedly. Then we find out later on in the show, bruised elbow. I believe it's a fractured elbow. That way he was sent to the medical hospital. And Sheamus was written off of TV because I believe I found out that he is getting married soon. So this just makes sense. Write him off television for the time being while he's getting married. I believe the same thing happened with Charlotte, and I believe the same thing happened with somebody else. I don't remember who it was. Oh, it was Alexa Bliss. She got win and got married too. That, and she also had to take care of dental work as well. And that happened last year, I believe it was. Then we go to a backstage segment with Rey Mysterio. Ooh. They go over what happened with Rey Mysterio switching brands and going to SmackDown, who now has a championship match in 2 weeks' time with Gunther. Rey Mysterio's backstage. Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser comes up. Vinci says that Mysterio is all alone before Kaiser says he stands against no one. Kaiser then says Mysterio stands no chance against Gunther in 2 weeks for the Intercontinental Championship. Mysterio says that this is a new beginning for him and says that he doesn't appreciate being disrespected. Challenges Ludwig to challenges one of them to a match. Ludwig takes him up on that, and then we have Ludwig Kaiser versus Rey Mysterio a little later on. So we had a promo with Bray Wyatt. He pretty much apologizes for not being able to finish what he was going to say last week. He said it's okay, not that worried about it. Basically, he said that he said that he's talking to somebody that's not us. And he said you wouldn't leave me the hell alone. He said, I know who you are, I know what you want, and I know what you're trying to do. But it won't work. I confess that along this journey, I will do horrible things, but I will never feel sorry for them. I am just a servant now, and I go where the circle takes me. And then I'll get into the other part of that. The promo that we heard earlier. Not the promo we heard earlier. Well, it is a promo we heard earlier, which was the Uncle Howdy promo, but we'll get into that afterwards. Next up, following that, we had Sonya Deville versus Liv Morgan. Sonya Deville got her ass whipped by Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan coming out looking like Harley Quinn. Perfect stuff. The match is called off after a double disqualification after Liv Morgan starts just pounding Sonya's face into the ring steps repeatedly. Liv Morgan starts getting chairs outside the ring, throws him into the rings, then superplexes Sonya Deville onto the steel steps on the steel chairs, rather. And then Liv Morgan grabs one of the chairs and starts laughing about it, smiling, enjoying the pain. So interesting where they're going to go with not Ronda Rousey, where they're going to go with Liv Morgan. In this, I guess, Harley Quinn-esque character, but I'm curious to see where it goes. Next up, we had a video package hyping up LA Knight. I'm excited to see where LA Knight goes from here on out. Then we get another video package with the Viking Raiders and Sarah Logan. Doesn't say when they're going to come back, but it's hyping them up. Next up, we had a face-off, which no one cares about, of Braun Strowman versus Omos. Not much need to talk about here. All you need to know is we're going to have Braun Strowman versus Omos at Crown Royal Blood Money. Michael Cole gives an update, like I said, about Sheamus. And he says he is going to talk about that more a little bit later on. When we have a backstage segment with Kayla Braxton talking to Drew McIntyre, Kayla asks Drew if he's been reprimanded for his actions last week. McIntyre says he was called to the headquarters, and it was made clear to him that if he cross-touch one another again, there will be extreme consequences. However, he says that parties have agreed to have this end inside of a steel cage at Crown Jewel. So I kind of figured this is where they were going to go. Crown Jewel obviously was going to be where this was going to happen. The steel cage match just made sense after the ending of the strap match. So Scarlett can't get into the cage, though she probably will somehow. After that, we had Logan Paul with his dumbass to show up on the screen in his Jeep, stupid ass Jeep. Moving on there, we had a really fun women's tag team match, believe it or not, for the SmackDown tag team titles. For the WWE women's tag team titles, Damage Control retained against Raquel Rodriguez and Shotzi Blackheart. This was a fun little match, a lot better than their first match that they had back in a few weeks ago. They had this match back. It was way better than that one. Bell rings. Raquel and Io start the match. Io slaps Raquel and delivers a stomp to the midsection. Dakota Kai then tags in, hits a knee on Raquel, looks for the scorpion kick, which I love her scorpion kick. It's great. Raquel then blocks it, then tags in Shotzi. Shotzi starts delivering a splash in the corner, then follows it up with a senton. I love Shotzi's sentons. Io pulls Dakota out of the ring before Raquel takes them both out. Raquel then tags in and gets Shotzi up on her shoulders. Shotzi delivers a high cross body before Raquel tosses Io back into the ring. Shotzi tags back in and hits a beautiful missile drop kick. Though I think Io's missile drop kick is a little better. It's just me, but I do like Shotzi's as well. Raquel tags back in, hits several shoulders into the midsection. Shotzi then tags back in and delivers an elbow of her own. She follows that up with another elbow, goes for the pin. Dakota Kai kicks out. Io Sky tags in, hits her beautiful missile drop kick. They go to the break. Shotzi hits, when they come back from the break, Shotzi starts hitting several strikes on Io. Raquel then tags in, hits a fallaway slam on Io Sky. Two women ascend to the top before Sky pushes her off and hits a diving DDT, goes for the pin, but Raquel kicks out. Raquel then ends up hitting and delivers a clothesline to and then tags in Shotzi. The two double team her before Shotzi and Bailey causes a distraction. This allows Io to pick the bones of it and hits the beautiful moonsault for the win. Damage Control retaining the tag team titles. This was a fun little match. Nothing too huge happened here. I'm glad that they're at least trying to give some more credence to the Damage Control after the race that happened at Extreme Rules, where they had Bianca just bury them like Super Cena. So I'm glad that they're doing something here. Shotzi, this is one of better Shotzi's performances since the Charlotte match, I believe. So Shotzi will be hosting Halloween Havoc tomorrow night on Peacock. So look out for that. And again, I'll have some updates on Halloween Havoc, what I'm going to do with that after I review the show. Next up, we get a backstage segment with Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey basically says, I don't give a fuck about these fans. I didn't want this title. But I want people to prove to me that they deserve to be the champion. So I'll do an open challenge whenever the hell I feel like it, like next week. So I'm glad this confirms Ronda Rousey is a heel now. This was actually reported first back by PW Insider that she was listed internally on the heel brand, or heel section for SmackDown. So that's pretty good. Next up, we got a video from Legado del Fantasma. Santos Escobar and Selena Vega and the rest of the crew. Escobar or Santos says Legado is a growing business and throws it over to their latest acquisition, Selena Vega. Vega says she's been successful in everything she's done. Well, not the last thing. Well, not the last few things she did. She says Legado del Fantasma is head and shoulders above everyone else. Escobar says that they are fueled by legacy and tradition and culture, and they will be the ones to put an end to Hit Row. Hit Row's watching this on, and Top Dollar starts making fun of their sizes because why? Just because it sounds like Bruce Pritchard thing to do. Beef Sab says it doesn't matter what they say about them because she has an idea. Whatever that means, who knows? Next up, we have Rey Mysterio versus Ludwig Kaiser. This was actually a really fun match. These two start exchanging submissions. Mysterio then hits a step up in Zaguri and a back elbow. Mysterio hits a kick, but Kaiser catches him with the right hand. Kaiser hits a running knee, followed by Hurricane Rana, because of course he wants to do that. Mysterio delivers a baseball slide, then goes flying onto the outside. Kaiser catches him with the right hand. They go to break, and when they come back, Mysterio ascends to the top rope. Kaiser meets him there, but I almost said the Mysterios. Rey Mysterio pushes him off, hits the senton, hits the flying crossbody, goes for the pin, but then Kaiser kicks out. Kaiser then kicks Mysterio in the midsection, followed by a kick and a moonsault. Goes for the pin. Kaiser kicks out. Mysterio's goes for the pin. Kaiser kicks out. Mysterio hits several rights on the Kaiser's head. But Kaiser counters with a beautiful uppercut. I love his uppercut. Almost reminds me of Claudio's. The two men spill to the outside before Rey Mysterio looks for the senton. Kaiser then decides to move out of the way. Mysterio makes it look like Gunther, and eventually hit him with the chair, do the Eddie Guerrero spot, which I'm kind of over at this point. Which I actually, to be fair, I forgot Gunther was even out there. Sadly, I can't believe I said that. Sadly, because Gunther's been booked fucking beautifully since coming to the main roster. The referee ejects the pair before Rey Mysterio sends Kaiser into the rope with hit 619 and the frog splash for the win. Mysterio gets the win. Not like I said, not a really fun little match. Nothing too huge there. Then we had a promo. The had a Bray Wyatt-esque looking promo coming up with Uncle Howdy. Uncle Howdy, I'm assuming this is Uncle Howdy. Uncle Howdy in the video, in the promo-ish thing says, "Why would you lie to me? You should have never lied to the ones you love." And then it says, "Howdy." Then it brings you to a QR code. A QR code pops up. It's the psychological evaluation of Bray Wyatt. With a lot of things, crossed off. One thing here says he refuses to have the signature sign. It's difficult, showing remorse or empathy, conflict with social norms, disregarding or violating the rights of others. Don't know what that means. A lot of things are blacked out here. Then we see there's a phone number. So the message on the phone number. So there was a phone number in the URL. It says 855-211-1333. I believe that's what it was. And it gives you a message, like a soft spoken message says, "Who knows? Not me. I never lost control. Who knows? Not me. We never lost control," which is a lyric from a David Bowie song called "The Man Who Sold the World." So some cool stuff on that. Now I put out a tweet earlier, who I think that I said, what if the people Bray Wyatt is talking to, that it wasn't us, the people when he says, "I wanted you to leave me the hell alone." What if that is the righteous, and the righteous is going by the cult of Wyndham? Just throwing it out there because I thought about this, and I think that the Uncle Howdy figure looks a lot like Righteous's Bateman. So who knows? That's what Bray Wyatt does. That was pretty much of that. That was interesting stuff. Finally, main event segment. Logan Paul comes out, starts talking nonsense. The Bloodline starts coming out. They start talking about Roman beating his ass, basically, at Crown Jewel. Jimmy gets ahead of himself. He starts trying to take out Logan Paul. Logan Paul hits Jey Uso with a right hand while Sami Zayn is stunned, and Logan Paul walks up the ramp, and that's how SmackDown goes off the air. That was a weak ending to the show. I don't care about Logan Paul, and I don't really give a shit about most of what's happening. I'm excited to see like the cage match at the pay-per-view. I'm looking forward to Seth Rollins and Mustafa Ali, and the potential other matches that may be happening, maybe, who knows. But that was SmackDown. Like I said, nothing big happened on the show. Bray Wyatt's the talking point as usual. So that was SmackDown. Let's go on to a few other things before I head out here. Let's go to some Stardom news. Actually, let's go to some AEW news real quick. Willow Nightingale has been signed by AEW, so congratulations to her. So there's that. Some Stardom news. When it comes to the IWGP Women's Championship, we got the actual reveal of that title. We have the results. First round of that tournament. Mayu Iwatani defeated Momo Watanabe. A fun little match, incredible match that was. I saw a clip that because I had to go. I did watch the match, but I also wanted to go back and watch the clip of Momo whacking the ever living shit out of Mayu Iwatani with a baseball bat. It was loud. It was almost like she got shot by a shotgun or something. That's what it sounded like. It was loud. Utami Hayashishita defeated Himeka. And then in the semifinals, also on the Royal Quest side of things in the first round, Jazzy Gabert, Gabert defeated Ava White. She will be facing KAIRI in the semifinals. The semifinals for the Stardom side will be the other Stardom side will be Mayu Iwatani versus Utami Hayashishita, which that has a background story to it, which I tweeted out earlier. So in 2018, Mayu Iwatani defeated Utami in the 5-star Grand Prix to win the 5-star Grand Prix. Utami, I fear 2-3 years later, defeated Mayu to win the red belt, the World of Stardom title. They are one win apiece. The semifinals in this match is going to be on Sunday, and I don't really care who. I don't actually. It's not. I'm not saying this as a mean thing here. I don't care who wins the match because in the end, because I know KAIRI is going to go to the finals. The finals is going to be either KAIRI Hojo versus Mayu Iwatani or KAIRI Hojo versus Utami Hayashishita. I'm perfectly fine with either one of those matches. I know for a fact that Utami versus Hayashishita is going to be a match of the year candidate, and I'm excited for that. I just watched the clip of Iwatani doing a springboard reverse Hurricane Rana. God, that woman is incredible. We also found out, and I forgot to mention this during the Dynamite review, dual Dynamite NXT review. Ring of Honor will have their next pay-per-view final battle on December the 10th. That's going to happen on December 10th. Possibly it's going to be Chris Jericho defending against somebody. Samoa Joe is going to defend the Ring of Honor TV title against somebody. Who knows that? FTR is probably going to defend the tag team titles against the Kingdom. That's probably going to happen there. Also that same day, Fightful put out a report yesterday. It was either Friday or Thursday. There should be a premium. They're going to have their own pay-per-view on the same day, earlier in the day, at around 3-4 p.m. ish. They're going to have a show called Deadline, which was confirmed by Shawn Michaels today in the media call for the Halloween Havoc event that's happening. So that's a lot. That's some interesting things going to happen here. What am I going to do with Halloween Havoc? So, family issues are going on right now, so I won't possibly get to do the review for the show. I probably will. So, unfortunately, I will most likely be able to. We'll have to skip Halloween Havoc review. Maybe I'll let you guys know on the call, or not in the call, on Twitter, and let you guys know about that. It was my overall thoughts of SmackDown tonight. Like I said, nothing much have happened. outside of Bray Wyatt and the Uncle Howdy stuff and who's tied to it. It's members of Bray's actual family, like Barry Windham and or Bo Dallas or whatnot, or is it like I said, the Righteous? Are they coming? Is Blade signed all 4 members of the Righteous? Is Vita Von Star, Bateman, who was the other guy? Dutch and Vincent coming in, or is it just Dutch and Vincent? Who knows? But if you like what you saw here, like I said, hit the subscribe button, comment down below, the bell notification, all that jazz, the social media, Misfit Wrestle TV, whatever works for you, however you find us on the internet, please do. And all I have to say is, until next time, we're out.